Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Katy Flower. If you're returning, then welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I've got a little mini practice that can be added on to the beginning of perhaps a longer practice. And this one's a request from one of my viewers who's asked for some core work. So something that they can just add on to another practice to get that core really fired up and active before they get into their main flow. So this is one that you can kind of come back to whenever you want, if you know you're going to be doing a slightly longer flow, just to get that core fired up. So if you enjoy this flow, please hit the subscribe button to help support me, and it will also give you notifications every single week when a new flow is up on here. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. No, we're not. We're going to start sitting actually, because we're going to get down to lying on our backs. So we're going to start with the feet down on the floor and sitting up nice and tall. So just first of all, hold the hands onto the knees and just sit up super tall through the spine. So we're not collapsing here. So already you'll feel those deep core muscles working to hold you here. And we're going to do some roll downs. So we're going to do it to a count of 5. So take the arms out by the side and then begin to roll yourself down for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. When you get there, bring that right knee into the chest. Squeeze it in without using the arms to help. So using those core muscles, lower it down. Left leg squeezes in, press that lower back into the floor and lower it down. Okay, from there, you're going to find your way back to seated, so you can either roll onto one side and find your way up this way, or you can just crunch back up. So we're going to do it again. So arms come out to the side. Let's begin to lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you get there, right knee draws into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Pause there. Release. Left knee draws in. And release. And then coming all the way back up to sitting, either crunching the way up or rolling onto one side. We're going again. Arms out. Set yourself up. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right knee comes in. Squeeze it in. Use those core muscles lower. Left knee, squeeze and lower. One more time. So coming all the way back up. Arms come out to the side. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, nice and slowly, 2, and 1. Right knee comes in, squeeze and lower. Left knee, squeeze and lower. Okay, give the knees a little bit of a rock. Just relax through that core area for a moment, and then let's reset. So I want you to think about pressing that lower back into the floor. So that lower back does not lift, okay? And that's going to be using our deep core muscles, so our TVA muscles, so our transverse abdominals, to pull us down. And it's going to make sure we don't injure our lower back as well. So from here, we're going to work into our obliques, so our side muscles, so our side core muscles. So we're reaching those fingertips down, hover the shoulders off the floor, and think about pressing that lower back into the floor, trying to draw that belly button towards the mat. From there, we're going to reach to try and touch the heel. You might even touch it, depending on where your feet are. Back to center. Reach to the right. Center. Left. Center. Right. So keep working through the 2. And the whole time, notice, keep going, if this part of the belly begins to balloon, and if it does, think about drawing it down. So we don't really want that ballooning action. We want to be using our deep core muscles rather than these superficial abdominal muscles on the front of the body. So keep going with this. A couple more. Keep breathing. And then relax it down. Ooh. Just give it a little bit of a rest before we move on to our next option. So from here, bring the knees to stack above the hips. And again, that lower back, just check in. We want it to be pressing down. If it begins to lift, then you're going to take the knees a little bit closer towards the chest. We don't want it lifting. So arms lift up to the sky. We've got options here. So starting, first option is to tap the toes. So right toe taps down, lift back. Left toe and lift back. So you're going to alternate here and lift. So this is option one. You'll feel that core working, those lower abdominals in particular. So either staying with this option, or if you want to, you can begin to take that right leg out and left arm out. And then return it back to center. But the whole time, we don't want that back lifting. So as soon as that back begins to lift, you're going to pull it back a bit. So if you get to here and the back begins to lift, don't go any further, come back in. Okay, let's go. This time, left leg, right arm. A bit of coordination involved here as well. Back to center. Right leg, left arm. And center, keep pulling that back down. Switch sides. Stay with it. Keep breathing. And reach. Reach away. And back to center. Away. And center. Just a few more. Making sure that lower back is not lifting. If you need to come back to those toe taps, then come back. Remember, it takes time to build this strength. Couple more. Center, one more. And center, okay. Release, let that belly relax. Just give those knees a little squeeze in. Maybe take a big stretch through the body. Just arching the back slightly here, just to stretch into all of those core muscles. And then coming back. Bringing the feet back onto the floor. Take the arms by the side. This time lift the knees. And we're going to just do some little reverse crunches. Now this one's a really small movement. So we're going to squeeze and that lower little bit of the back just lifts off slightly. So it's really small. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lower. But you should feel it working. Squeeze, lower. That's 5, lower, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Okay, lower those feet all the way down. Hopefully the core's beginning to scream at you a little bit to say it's awake. We've just got a little bit more to do. So from there, take the hands behind the thighs, begin to rock and roll up the spine, and then landing in your boat pose. So coming to balance just behind those sit bones, lifting that chest, legs are out in front, holding onto the legs. Option to stay here, or maybe take the arms out. Hold there. From there, can you take the left arm out to the side and bring it back in? Exhale, take that arm out. Make sure you're breathing here. Bring it back in. This time, can you take both arms out to the side and bring it back in? Good work. Nearly there, promise. From there, can we hover down to our low boat? So keeping the feet and the shoulders off the floor. Take a big inhale. Come back to your high boat. One more time. Lower down. Hold here. Pull that belly down. Come all the way back. And then release. Give your legs a hug. Just rest that head down. Take some little rocks left and right. And then lift the head. Well done, everybody. Hopefully you've built up a little bit of heat you've got that whole core area activated, ready for your flow. Or you can do this as a standalone little mini practice just to build that core strength. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know below in the comments, hit the subscribe button, and I shall see you next week.